And good evening, everybody, and welcome to tnsradio.com. The time is now 9 o'clock. Actually, it's 9:01, I beg your pardon. And today is 15th of the 12th, 2010 AD, so I'm told. And we're supposed to be having Gary online with us tonight. Gary, Scottish Sovereign, myself and himself have decided we'd come on and have a chinwag online tonight, keep it a little bit more, well, upbeat, I suppose, tonight, considering the day that's in it and considering what's coming up. So, in line with what's coming up, I'm going to play you this. I'll be back. Okay, I know. It's a bit of a cheesy song, but it's, it's that time of year, folks. Okay, welcome to tnsradio.ning.com and tnsradio.com, of course. And still haven't got Gary, Scottish Sovereign Gary, on the line. He did ring me a moment or two ago, but I was on the phone to somebody else, so I don't really know what he said. But it was something rushed and hurried, and I think he meant something along the lines of, I'm nearly home, I'll be there soon, and as soon as I get in, I'll call you. So hopefully that's what he does. Anyway, in the meantime, you know me, I'm never stuck for anything to say. So, first couple of things I wanted to cover today. I was listening to the radio, as I normally do, just the what would you call it? The mainstream radio, is that what they call it these days? Whatever. And lo and behold, there was an announcement about the credit unions. Well, when I say an announcement is the wrong word. But what they basically said was that the credit unions now appear to have entered into the fractional reserve lending system. And Irish banks, apparently, and the likes of the credit union, now must adhere, I think this is correct, in relation to what they were saying. Basically, they're saying they now must adhere to a reserve ratio of 12 to 100. Now, I know normally you might not think anything of that. You might think, well, fractional reserve lending, 10 to 1, etc., etc. However, when I was doing my research on the banking system and whatnot and how it was all put together, I don't think they've been using a ratio of 10 to 100 for a very, very long time. More like 1,000 to 1 is what I'm seeing. So if that's true, that they're now shifted to, 12 to 100, that will absolutely crucify the system. That will crucify it, just my opinion. Something I wanted to go through, Gary's not online at the moment, so I was going to go through it later with Gary, but there's other topics we can cover later. I just want to go through this. This was a little something I done quite a while ago on the radio, and I just thought it was a bit of fun, but I thought it was interesting. This was a presentation called The Barristers, 10 Momentous Cases which have changed the way we live and are governed. And I just thought, it was an interesting little piece. And I thought I'd go through it again, just to see if it sparks some interest in you out there. Get your legal, lawful minds working. I think it's a good idea every now and again for people to, think these things through and see how they may or may not relate to you. So this one, the barristers. The bar is the most powerful profession in the country. This is relating to England, I assume. No other profession, for example, has produced as many prime ministers. The bar produces a spectacular array of leading campaigners, public figures, millionaires, and the judges who shape our law. The bar is the largest single professional group in Parliament. Every day in courtrooms throughout the country, barristers animate, what a word, animate our law. At the heart of our democracy is our law, and at the heart of our law is the bar. Wow, what a piece of literature. So quite clearly, I don't know if these guys are saying this tongue-in-cheek, that barristers animate the law. They are the animators. Of course, the animators cannot animate anything except, fictional entities, right? I mean, that's Scooby-Doo, Donald Duck, all these guys are the animated. And then, of course, whoever drew them and made the little pictures move, that's the animator. Barristers are known for many things, including their wit. Yes, they are. When in front of the judge, the advocate F.E. Smith was famous for such exchanges. And we have a little example here. It says, Judge. So this is the judge talking. Mr. Smith, having listened to your case, I am no wiser. And Mr. Smith says, allegedly, possibly not, my lord, but much better informed. And in a case when Smith had directed a jury on a point of procedure, instead of leaving it to the judge said, what do you suppose I am on the bench for, Mr. Smith? And Mr. Smith says, it is not for me, Your Honour, to attempt to fathom the the machinery of democracy. What rights you have as an employee or employer, as a driver, parent, student, civil partner, campaigner, immigrant, consumer, householder, tenant, or landlord, are all governed by law. Now, of course, that's all true, because that entire list I've just read there all relates to fictional titles. I'll continue. The ultimate safeguard that your rights will be protected is the legal system, and barristers are the blood that runs through the courts. Well, barristers are the blood that runs through the courts. Does that mean they have bloodied hands, I wonder? Oh, somebody says I'm breaking up. Let me know, guys, if the signal is coming through clear enough for you. And what I'm going to do, I see Gary's home there now, and I'm just going to call him in. Oh, he says give him 2 minutes. I'll give him 2 minutes, sure. So anybody else having trouble listening to me, just let me know on the chat box there. Actually, I'm going to have a listen myself. See what I sound like. Okay, I can hear myself okay, so maybe I'm not breaking up this end anyway. Might be your connection. I'll continue anyway till Gary comes back. The law courts are and have been for many centuries places where our law is manufactured. Okay, I'm going to read that again. The law courts are and have been for many centuries places where our law is manufactured. Now, I have this in black and white in front of me here, folks. And in fact, it's in white on black, to be more correct. This is a very interesting little booklet. It was from the BBC, the Open University. It's called The Barristers, 10 Momentous Cases That Have Changed the Way We Live and Are Governed. And they tell it as it is. There's a little reference number of some description, I think, on the back here. Maybe you can get it online if you want to have a look. SUPP006640. SUP006640. Maybe you can get a version on Google. I don't know, but it might be worth looking for. Okay, some other people are telling me I'm breaking up a little wee bit. Still, from where I'm listening to the thing coming back at me, it sounds clear. What I'll do is I'll stop that. That might improve things. Oh no, do you know what it is, folks? I'm uploading something. That's what it is. I'm uploading. It's almost finished. So I'm just sorry. I can't stop that upload because I'm uploading the Northeast Truth Show from last night, I think. Or is it the John Hutchinson one? I'm not sure. One of them is being uploaded at the moment, so that might be affecting it slightly. So I do apologise for that. It's almost done. And as soon as that's finished uploading, it should come clearer. Anyway, I'm going to continue with this because it's just such a good little booklet for the information that's in here. Okay, so where are laws manufactured? Now, well, we know that they have it in brackets, and we know that they have common law in inverted commas in this instance for a very good reason, right? Because they can't say it's common law without putting it in inverted commas, because that's not what common law is, folks. No more than that's what common sense is. Okay. Apparently I'm back again. I'm off again. I'm back again. Right, folks. I'm very sorry about this. It's just I'm uploading. Let me see. Yeah, 86.4%. Almost there. Almost there. I'll tell you what I'll do. Look, I'm going to play another tune, and if it's breaking up, at least it won't be as bad while the tune is going on. So hopefully you should be back after this. So I'll play. This is And I'm back. Hopefully, and negligence were formulated by judges, brackets, who came from the ranks of the bar, close brackets. Today, Parliament makes a lot of law, but it is often not clear how such legislation applies until a case gets into a law court. Isn't that a very interesting turn of phrase? So if the Parliament makes a law, nobody knows how it's applied until it gets into a court. Now there's a very good reason for that. How can anybody know how it applies unless somebody comes in there and says, yep, I'm a legal fiction, yep, 3 times I've told you, I've given you a fictional name, I've given you a fictional address, and I've given you a fictional date of birth. Now, what's this fictional legal rule / what you call law you'd like me to subject myself to? And they say, well, it's the law concerning statute number blah 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 relating to all persons must. Oh, yep, that's what I'm here for. Wonderful. Oh, wonderful. Now they get to see how it applies. But until they do that, and until you do that, how can it apply? You must provide the energy. As Harry would often say, we are the battery. We supply them with the energy. And we voluntarily supply the energy. Usually. But the choice, and they are very well aware of this, the choice is yours. It's your choice. Quite often I hear people talk about, oh, the system has done this to me, the system has done that, the other, whatever. And I can't help but think to myself, really, now, is it a case that the system did this to you, or did you beg the system, these guys who run this so-called system, did you beg them to apply these rules to you? Some people say, well, no, of course not. Did you read the entire contract for the document you signed that leads them to believe they have this authority over you? Most people say, no, of course I didn't read it. Sure, nobody reads it. That's what people say, right? Nobody reads them. I bloody read them. I read them now, folks. I don't know about you, but anybody wants or seeks a signature from me, I'm reading the whole thing. I'm reading everything. And I won't be... It's now my signature because I say it is. Who am I to tell you what your signature is? For all I know, you can write anything you want. You can draw a little square with a dot. Maybe that's your signature. I don't know. But I can't tell you what your signature is, no more than anybody else can tell me what mine is. If I say whatever I put down as my signature, then it is. Simply because I've said it. And again, the reason for that, I'm not trying to harp on about it, is because when you fully understand, comprehend,